It's 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV. 5 topics in about 10 minutes for Tuesday, August 29th, 2023. I'm Derek Gilbert. We're back on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, find our channel at 5 in 10. Subscribe, share that with your friends, and then guarantee that we don't get canceled. You can do that by downloading our free Skywatch TV app. Details on that at the end of this program. Topic number 5 today, panic. That appears to be the messaging coming from the government, as Joe Biden told reporters on Friday that he's asking Congress for money to develop yet another coronavirus vaccine. This followed a recorded rise in the number of COVID-19 cases in some regions. We told you last week about some colleges, some businesses now starting to reinstitute mask mandates. We'll talk about masks in just a moment. New vaccines containing the version of the Omicron strain XBB 1-5 or 1.5 are already being developed by Pfizer, Novavax, Moderna, but the virus continues to mutate. Guess what? That's exactly what coronaviruses do. They are known for this, which is why in February of 2020, on our Sci Friday program, Sharon and I said, and remember, this is when President Trump was still in office, that no vaccine will keep up with an RNA-based virus. It just won't happen. Anyway, the request for more money to develop a new vaccine, which President Biden said he would recommend for everyone, regardless of whether you've been vaccinated before or not, is likely to face opposition from Republicans in Congress who have already accused Biden of asking for unnecessary pandemic-related funding. Meanwhile, a new mask study published by the National Institutes for Health, not a right-wing conspiracy theory website, the NIH suggests that N95 COVID masks, which are supposedly the gold standard, may expose wearers to dangerous levels of toxic compounds. Researchers from the Jeonbuk National University in South Korea looked at 2 types of disposable medical-grade masks, as well as several reusable cotton masks. Study found that the chemicals in the reusable masks had 8 times the recommended safety limit of toxic volatile organic compounds, or TVOCs. Inhaling TVOCs has been linked to health issues like headaches and nausea, with prolonged and repeated use linked to organ damage and even cancer. I'll take my chances with that virus, thank you very much. However, there are ways to reduce the danger, they said. Exposure can be reduced if a mask is opened and left to sit in the air for at least 30 minutes, which suggests that it's not the mask itself, it's the packaging that is the problem. Still, at this point, the coronavirus is essentially a bad cold. And the fear that they're trying to stoke is really more the point than public health. Which leads to topic number 4, Meatless Cities. Meatless Cities. 14 major American cities are part of a globalist climate organization known as the C40 Cities Climate Leadership Group. This has an ambitious target by the year 2030 of 0 kilograms of meat consumption, 0 kilograms of dairy consumption, 3 new clothing items per person per year, 0 private vehicles, and only 1 short-haul return flight every 3 years per person. That's what they want for you and me. No meat, no dairy, no personal vehicles, and only 3 new items of clothing per year. Why? Because climate change. Once the pandemic fear is past, they will return to climate as the means for getting us to accept their control over our lives. This is not conspiracy theory. This is on the World Economic Forum's website, which, by the way, the WEF promotes, the C40 Cities Climate Leadership Group on its website. This organization largely funded, headed up by Democrat billionaire Michael Bloomberg, former mayor of New York City. Nearly 100 cities across the world make up the organization. American members include Austin, Texas, Boston, Chicago, Houston, Los Angeles, Miami, New Orleans, New York City, Philadelphia, Phoenix, Portland, San Francisco, Washington, D.C., and Seattle. It is no wonder that, as I mentioned yesterday, those cities are seeing an exodus of people such that renting a U-Haul truck in one of those cities to leave costs twice as much as renting to go back, because nobody wants to go back to those cities, and even less so if they achieve this ambitious goal of 0 meat consumption. It's all part of climate alarmism. Climate activists also advocating for climate lockdowns, similar to the pandemic lockdowns. WEF-linked bioethicist Dr. Matthew Lau has proposed the idea of scientists genetically modifying humans to be allergic to meat or perhaps shrinking our physical size through genetic manipulation or hormone injections so that we use fewer resources. Yes, this is how seriously they take it. It is a cult, and its goals are fundamentally anti-human, which speaks to the spirits, the principalities and powers behind the humans who advocate these policies. Topic number 3, parental rights. Not so much in Maryland, where a federal court in Maryland last Thursday ruled that parents cannot opt their children out of reading books with LGBTQ plus content in Montgomery County. The case, Mahmoud v. McKnight, was filed by parents who wanted to reinstate a policy that would allow them to opt their children out of reading and discussing books with LGBTQ plus content in elementary schools. The parents argued the content was a form of indoctrination that violated their family's religious beliefs. However, Judge Deborah L. Boardman concluded that the parents, quote, asserted due process right to direct their children's upbringing by opting out of public school curriculum that conflicts with their religious views is not a fundamental right, end quote. The Church of the State supersedes whatever religious views you may have in the privacy of your own home, according to Judge Boardman, who ruled, and I quote again, the no opt-out policy does not pressure the parents to refrain from teaching their faiths, to engage in conduct that would violate their religious beliefs, or to change their religious beliefs. The policy may pressure them to discuss the topics raised by the storybooks with their children, but those discussions are anticipated, not prohibited by the parents' faiths, end quote. Now, if your religion inclines you to not want your children exposed to it, in Montgomery County, Maryland, tough. Topic number 2, party in Maui. Talk about adding insult to injury. The Daily Mail reporting that U.S. government bureaucrats dispatched to the aftermath of the disastrous and deadly fire in West Maui are staying in $1,000 a night luxury hotels on the island. Officials from FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, have been slammed by locals over the slow response. 114 people died, still hundreds officially missing in the aftermath of the fire. But that's not stopped the agency from spending taxpayer money to put up more than 1,000 of its personnel in 3 5-star resort hotels and a 4-star hotel. Those 3 5-star resorts charging at least $1,000 a night for rooms. You see 2 of the hardworking gentlemen there enjoying drinks at the resort after a hard day's work. It's unclear whether FEMA was actually paying the full $1,000 a night rate, but still, there are FEMA officials staying in a nearby 4-star Marriott hotel for $531 a night. Now, look, we understand that hotels on Maui are going to cost a little more than, many places in the country, a little more than your typical Motel 6 rate, but still, the deadliest wildfire in more than a century here in the United States, one that cost $5 billion in damage, in addition to 114 lives lost. When the people on the ground see this, that the people who are there to help them are being put up in a $1,000 a night hotel room on their dime, talk about rubbing salt in the wound. Coming up, Bohemian Grove, apparently just an old guy's frat party. That's next on 5 and 10.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, with just a few minutes on the clock, we want to make sure that you know how you can get your copies of both of these incredible new works in the Warriors of God special offer. When you order the Warriors of God special offer, you'll receive the Kingdom Warrior Full Spectrum Spiritual Warfare, Biblical Clearing and Maintaining Your Spiritual Perimeter by Dr. Michael Lake. But you'll also receive the brand new book by Corby Shuey, For Valor, Defending the Faith for Those of Worth. Both of these works complement each other fabulously and take you on a journey of next-level comprehension of spiritual warfare. But that's not all. Right now, when you order the Warriors of God special offer, we're also including absolutely free the phenomenal 2-disc collection on DVD, The Final Countdown, featuring Dr. Thomas Horn, Allie Anderson, and Donna Howell on how the secrets hidden within the biblical feasts unveil the final countdown to the return of Jesus Christ and the rapture of the church. But also included in this incredible special offer is Dr. Michael Lake's massive Sheerreef Imperative data DVD library that includes 56 different Christian classic books on PDF for use on device of your choosing, Understanding the Kingdom audio series, the eSword biblical software for Windows, and several TV appearances featuring Dr. Michael Lake. All of these items hold a retail value of $95, yours now for your donation of only $35 plus shipping and handling.
Item number 1 today, Bohemian Grove. It is being sued by former employees of the club who claim that they weren't getting paid for all the work that they put in, despite working for a group whose members are among the wealthiest on planet Earth. A former employee of Bohemian Grove, now suing the social club, says the summer camps function as expensive frat parties and result in, and I'm going to quote here, a lot of public urination, end quote. Anthony Greggs, one of 3 plaintiffs in the lawsuit, filed a class action suit, said in a recent interview that the men who attend these summer camps spend the sessions partying like they're young again. Quote, these guys, they don't want that college experience to go away. Now they just have more money and better alcohol, end quote. And again, he noted that there is significant public urination among the redwood trees. Did we mention the public urination? Some of the people who are known to have attended the Bohemian Grove over the years include men and it's exclusively men, by the way, men at the highest levels, I mean, the very highest levels of the government of the United States. The image that you see behind me is of the big owl statue named Molech. The lawsuit filed in June in San Francisco alleges that the valets for the camp were made to work nonstop 16-hour shifts without lunch or bathroom breaks, claims that employees were just paid for 8 hours worth of work per day. No overtime, none for the extra hours worked, and alleges that despite the tens of millions of dollars in assets of the members of the club, they were told by the club that, we're sorry, we just don't have the budget to give you a raise. Well, the club has said that the suit is frivolous, individuals involved never employed at the club, and it's a transparent attempt to drag the club into their individual circumstances, end quote. But despite the club's claim, Greg says that he believes the club will opt to settle once it reaches the discovery phase, because he knows where the bodies are buried. We'll see. But if this is the best that the guys who claim to run the world can do, lots of public urination, the principalities and powers behind the scene are going to have to look for new minions. Skywatch TV this week talking about spiritual warfare with Dr. Michael Lake and Corby Shuey, the author of The Kingdom Warrior and For Valor, 2 books that will prepare you to do battle in the spirit realm. You can find our broadcast schedule for the main Skywatch TV program at skywatchtv.com/channels. You can watch it right now on Roku or Apple TV if you've got Skywatch TV on your set-top box. Our app is available for free. We've got instructions at the website on how to add it to Roku and Apple TV. You can also see it right now at our YouTube channel, the YouTube channel for the main program, Skywatch TV Now. Also our Rumble channel right there. All of our video content is there. But better yet, download our free Skywatch TV app to your smartphone or tablet. That brings all of our video content right to your device and bypasses the gatekeepers of big tech. It also has a calendar of upcoming events, a Bible, an audio Bible with multiple translations on it, and more. It's a very powerful little app, but best of all, like I said, it bypasses the gatekeepers, guarantees we will never be canceled. It's available for iOS, Android, and Amazon Kindle Fire devices. We have links to their app stores at our website to make it easy to find the app that's right for your device. Thank you for watching. As we keep watch, I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV.